All right, so let's get started with our mission statement. California Intercontinental University offers relevant, in-demand, accredited online programs designed to enhance each student's professional career. CIU is committed to equip the next generation of business professionals, leaders, and entrepreneurs with the confidence, qualifications, and competence to succeed in the global business community and economy. Let's review our mission pillars. CIU has 3 pillars: personal, accessible, and entrepreneurial spirit. In our personal pillar, we provide support that is personalized, that's supportive and always encouraging. Accessibility, we provide global, affordable, and online programs. And in the entrepreneur spirit pillar, we are independent, we are aspirational, and we are challenging. Let's talk about the agenda today. If you have any questions throughout the orientation, please feel free to put them in the chat box, or you can also speak in your audio. So our orientation is broken down a few sections. We'll start off with welcoming global business leaders, getting to the learning logistics of online, course registration, talk about attendance, course outline, APA formatting, textbook. We utilize a Vital Source bookshelf. We're going to go into a tutorial. So I'm actually going to show you what your course rooms look like, MBA and DBA. Resources and information, and then we're going to conclude our presentation with a Q&A session at the end. All right. Welcome again, global business leaders. Thank you for taking the time to attend CIU's orientation today. We will be preparing you for this new and exciting academic journey. The commitment you have made is not something that we take lightly. We are proud that you are with us. The expectations are going to be high. It will not always be easy, but we believe in you and in your abilities to succeed. So congratulations on this new academic journey. Let's start our workshop or our orientation with learning the logistics of online technology requirements. To be successful in this online program, of course, we need to ensure that we have a computer and reliable internet connection. The recommended browser is Google Chrome. Students will be required to utilize Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So ensure that you do have Microsoft Office downloaded in your computer. If you don't have Microsoft Office, we got you covered. When you enrolled here with CIU, you will be provided a university email address from Microsoft, and that will give you the ability to download your Office 365 program, which will include the Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all the other programs that comes in with Microsoft Office. You'll also be utilizing Adobe Acrobat Reader because a lot of our supplemental documents will be downloadable via PDF. You will be required to have a webcam and a microphone or external headset. During your programs here, you will have proctored exams requiring you to take proctored exams with a webcam as well as audio. So at some point, you will need to have a microphone or a webcam. So keep that in mind. It's not immediately when you start the program, but you will need that at some point. In addition to that, we will be confirming or following up with you that at that time that you need that you need to take that proctored exam. So just keep that in mind. If you're in the doctorate program, your course which you will be required to take the proctored exam is going to be MGT 645, and that is your around your 8th course. For the master's level program, your first class requiring an A requiring a proctored exam will be MGT 553, which is around your, I believe, again, it's your 8th course. So keep that in mind. You will need a webcam or microphone. So if you don't have one, make sure that you do obtain one. Lastly, at any time, if you need any support, maybe accessing your course, downloading something, retrieving a document, you can always email the technical support. Send me a ticket to the help desk at caluniversity.edu. That email address, or sending an email to that address will submit a help desk ticket. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's talk about the websites that you will be utilizing. First one is the student portal. And we like to call this the administrative headquarters. In this website, you'll be able to retrieve your degree audit, view your schedule, view your grades. You will be able to view your account information, view your payment information, update your personal information, and you can also request your student ID card. Learn Center. The Learn Center is your learning platform. This is where you'll be able to actually access your course. In this website, you will also be able to view your Student Resource Center, your Writing Center, the Math Lab, the LIRN, or the Library Information Resources Network, where you'll be able to retrieve those databases and access those peer-reviewed articles. And then lastly, you also will be able to review or access the Verified Plagiarism Scanner. So those are the two websites that you will be utilizing. If you have completed your enrollment, you will be able to access both websites today, as long as you've completed your enrollment. Now, if you have completed enrollment and you have access to the website, you can access it today, but you cannot access your course. Your course will be available until November 5th. Any questions so far in regards to the two websites?
Yes, this is Ron Blanche. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, a couple of questions here. I'm on the phone, so I don't have access to the slides. Are you able to send the slides out to us later?
Absolutely. I'm going to be sending you the recording as well as the slides.
Okay, great. And the next question. Go ahead. What'd you say? Ron Blanche. Ron Blanche.
Okay. And then, Ron, are you starting your doctorate degree?
I started my doctorate in November.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much, Ron Blanche. What is your second question, sir?
Second question is, I was registered to start earlier, so I know you said we should have access to the Learning Center and all that right now. I think I got to have my password and everything reset again or whatever. I don't have none of that information.
Okay, absolutely. So I'm taking notes here, Ron. And yes, so if you've already been enrolled and you've completed enrollment with your enrollment manager or advisor, you should be able to go to the onboarding with myself or Eddie, and then you should be able to access the Learn Center. So I'll look into it, Ron. It seems like your last name is Blanche, right? B-L?
Yeah, B-L-A-N-C-H.
Yeah. So you're going to be working with Eddie Hernandez. He's going to be your student advisor. We'll make sure that he reaches out to you and provides that information over to you.
This is Alexis.
Okay,
Can Eddie, you're on, right? Can you send that information to me as well? I know that we've been corresponding through email because I work during the days and it's hard to have a phone call, but if I could get that information, that'd be really helpful.
We'll get that over to you as well, Alexis, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I also see that we have Mia on the line. Mia, can you hear me? M-E-A?
Yes. I was initially on the phone, and then I was able to download the app and switch over to my iPad.
Great. Thank you very much. Mia, what is your last name?
Hill.
Hill.
First name is Jamia, J-A-M-E-A.
Okay. And then, I see. Jamia. And you're starting your doctorate program, correct?
Correct.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much for confirming.
You're welcome.
All right. So it seems like everybody's doing a great job in eliminating the background noise. So I'm going to keep your devices unmuted. So at any time, please feel free to chime in. This is, again, the importance of this work. This orientation is for you to feel confident in starting your program. So let's move forward. So let's review the academic calendar. What does that look like, right? So we're going to be starting our program in term 8, right? So that's why I highlighted this section. So the 1 year, or 2018 is broken down into 8 terms. So you have your first half of the terms on here, and then we have the second half of the terms on this side, and we're starting in term 8, which is November 5th, right? So November 5th is when we start our class. If you are an MBA student, you'll be starting Marketing 5117. If you are a doctorate student, you will be starting GRC 600. All right, so let's move forward with the next slide. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about course registration, right? So you will be registered automatically in the order of the program matrix, or of your program, right? So master's degree students, the program is 12 courses or 36 units. And that program consists of 8 core classes and then 4 specialization courses, a total of 12. For doctorate students, your total courses is 20, and the amount of credits is 60. And your program is broken down into 3 sections. You have your 10 core courses, you have your 5 specialization courses, and then you go on to your 5 dissertation courses. For doctorate students, these 15 courses, they will, all of those courses will impact GPA. You will have specific attendance. Once you get to the dissertation courses, it's a little bit different. You will go through a dissertation orientation to help you understand the expectations of the last chapter of your doctorate degree. But of course, if you have any questions for me right now regarding that, I can always answer them as well. I'm actually in the doctorate myself, and I actually completed the master's program here. So not only can I support you in being an advocate, but I actually, am in the doctorate program, have completed some of the assignments or some of the classes. So I'm more than happy to help you firsthand. So one of the things I do want to mention is that during the first week of every term, you will be able to adjust your schedule by adding or dropping a course. So what does that mean? Like any other schools across, the United States, there's just, the standard is that the first couple of weeks you have the add-drop period, meaning that you can make changes to your schedule. It won't impact your academic records. You can adjust it. You can also make changes to the class. Let's say, for example, and we get this a lot. Let's say that at the end of the year, for those of you who maybe work in accounting, you know that you're going to be doing a lot of work, right? Well, you can say, hey, David, you know what? Maybe this class is not the perfect timing for me as I'm doing so much work. Can we do maybe a management course on marketing class? We can definitely do that. This is your program. You are you will dictate your courses and the progression of it. However, the programs are laid out specifically because the content then is going to relate to the next course that's coming up. But of course, you're more than happy to do that. The only section that you can't really make any adjustments is during the doctorate courses, during the dissertation. You have to take one course at a time because you're building on the chapters. So make sure that all changes must be made during the first week per university policy. So if you have any questions regarding that first week, make sure that you email and we'll make changes. This also includes canceling your program, making changes to your specialization, any of the above. Make sure that you email myself or your advisor, Eddie, for any support during the first week of every term. Let's talk about attendance. We are an online program, right? We're designed to be flexible. However, we do monitor your attendance. New students, non-participation in the first week will result in your cancellation. So it's very important that you do participate on the first week of class. Your first assignment will consist of biography statements. Continuing students, after your first week or your first class that you've posted, we need to make sure that we are participating actively every week. 14 consecutive days of non-participations, meaning that we've been reaching out to you, we haven't received any responses from you, you will be withdrawn from the program. If there's something happens where you're dealing with something, we completely understand. I know a lot of you are business professionals, you're all managing multiple things, family, jobs, other responsibilities. Just keep in touch with myself or Eddie, just let us know what's going on, and we're more than happy to support you, providing you with resources or options. Logging into your class is not participation. You actually need to actively participate, meaning you actually have to submit work, take an exam, submit an assignment, post a discussion forum. And we're going to talk about that more as we move forward in this orientation, but just keep that in mind. Unit assignments are due for completion Sunday of each week. So the class is broken down into 6 weeks. Each week is a unit. All unit assignments are due by the end of each week on Sunday. So on November 5th, when you start the program, you start on a Monday, right? And then that first unit ends on a Sunday. So during that week, you'll have work to complete by the end of the week. And I'm going to break it down again during the later slides. So one of the benefits, however, is that you're working on one course at a time, 1 week at a time. Let's look at the outline for the MBA program. So MBA students, this is what your actual course looks like. So this is for Maripello. She's starting her doctorate program. For Unit 1 or your week 1 of class, right, you'll be submitting your biography statement. You'll have a discussion question to participate in. You have a voting activity, and you have a writing assignment, a project milestone, which consists of 2 pages, double-spaced APA. As you can see here, the program breaks down into 6 weeks. Each week is a unit, and then you have assignments due every single week. Let's move on to the doctorate program, and I'll explain to you on the discussion question. So this is the doctorate program, GRC 600, Doctoral Academic Study and Writing. As you can see here, very similar, right? Very similar structure, units 1 through 6. Every week is a unit. Of course, the rigor is definitely, we expect more from the doctorate students. So your writing assignments contain more papers, more submissions, but very similar structure, right? So discussion question. A lot of students always have questions about the discussion question. So how we monitor participations in these online programs is that every week your instructor will be posting a discussion question. That discussion question is going to be centering around that weekly reading assignments, videos, activities, any supplemental material, right? You will respond to that discussion question posted by your instructor, and then you are going to respond to 2 other classmates for a total of 3 posts. Once you submit 3 posts, you'll get a notification via your email as well as in the course confirming that you completed this part of the tasks required for that week. For the doctorate course program, you also, as you can see here, have a voting activity. Very straightforward. You watch a video and then you submit a vote. And again, during my tutorial, I will show you what that looks like. And then for the doctorate program, you have a weekly project milestone consisting of 5 pages, double space in APA formatting. Keep in mind that for both master's level program as well as doctorate programs, when we say 5 pages, 2 pages, 6 pages, 8 pages, that's 8 pages of content, right? This does not include or excludes cover page and reference page. So, for example, in this first class, when you finally submit your assignment, it's going to be a total of 7 pages because it's going to be 5 pages of content plus the cover page plus the reference page in APA formatting. If you're unfamiliar with APA formatting, we got you covered. I'm going to be talking about APA formatting as well. But I just want you to understand what the breakdown of your course looks like. And then Taibu, you have a great question. What is the posting word count for discussion? Great question. The minimum word count for the discussion forum is 150 words minimum. However, it may have changed, so we're going to go into the syllabus once we get into the GR600 course to confirm. All right, so let's check in real quick. So far, we talked about the learning logistics of online, right? We talked about course registration. We talked about attendance. And then we also talked about course outline. So far, do we have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. And if something comes up, please feel free to place it in the chat box or just email me later on when I send you the recording and the orientation PowerPoint. Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about APA. So if you're unfamiliar with APA, APA is an acronym. It stands for the American Psychological Association, and it's basically a set of standards or rules in which you have to set your document. Now, because we want to make sure that you're successful, we want to make it as easy and simplify this process as possible. We actually provide you with an APA Word template that is already formatted for you. All you have to do is fill it in, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So in your class, you'll be able to download this document. It's a essay, as you can see here, APA essay template, and basically it's a template. So when you're ready to start writing, all you need to do is fill in the section. So if I need to, put in my title, input the content, title of your essay, gives you an example of what the references may look like or how they should look like. And in addition to that, we also provide you with an APA style guide, which will provide you with the rules and help you in understanding how to cite your paper in APA formatting. So again, this is located in your course, and you can download it, and then you can start making the changes to this document so that it can be APA formatted. So that's APA. All right, let's talk about your textbook, right? So we utilize a VitalSource bookshelf, and all of your textbooks are embedded in your course room. So again, you won't have access to that textbook until the first day of class, November 5th. However, if you would like to purchase your own hard copy of the textbook, let's say you want to start reading or, reading for your marketing class for MBA or reading in your GRC 600 writing course for the doctorate program, we can actually supply you with the ISBN number for both textbooks, and you can order the textbooks on your own through Amazon or Chegg or whatever the case may be. I personally bought some of the textbooks for my doctorate program when I first started it, and I found them to be very affordable on Amazon. All books that I bought were cheaper than $30, so they're actually very affordable online. Of course, they were used, but hey, does the job, right? So as a new student, you will have to create an account with VitalSource Bookshelf. This course will be used for the rest of your program, right? So this account you'll be utilizing throughout the entire program once you create it. The VitalSource Bookshelf application can also be downloaded to your smartphones, tablets, and desktops. And it provides you the ability to read your books offline. So I give you an example. I downloaded the application on my iPhone. I have an iPhone, and I can put on my headphones, and some publishers allows you for the audio, so I can listen to my textbook while I'm on my commute to work. So it's a great way for you to be able to utilize your time. Question about the discussion: can one post the discussion question and respond to 2 other students on the same day? Said, you have a lot of great questions. Yes. However, every student, every instructor is different, right? There's an academic freedom where the instructor has the ability to implement their own policies within their course. I've taken over now 7 DBA courses, and I haven't had any issues with instructors having you post in different days. As long as you get the work done, I mean, they understand that you're busy, so as long as you do the work, they don't have a problem. In some of my classes, I've submitted a discussion question response as well as the 2 other discussion posts on the same day, and I've gotten full participation points. However, keep in mind that some instructors will require you to post 1 discussion question in one day and then the responses in the other. So just make sure that you review the syllabus and you follow their protocol. But for the most part, in the entire program that I've been right now, I haven't had any issues with that. Sometimes you do have to wait because the week starts on a Monday, and let's say you respond to that question on the Monday, but you have to wait for your classmates to post. So sometimes even if you want to post on the same day or submit all three on the same day, you can't because you have to wait for somebody else to post. And for the most part, the latest I've seen students post is Tuesday. A lot of students are really diligent with their work. So, but yeah, great question, Saibu, and I hope that answers your question. All right, so let's get into the tutorial. So what does your course looks like, right? All right. So we talked about the two websites. One is the student portal, which is your administrative headquarters. And I'm going to show you very quickly what that looks like. I just want to make sure that I cover everything. Here. I'm already forgetting my password here. All right, so I logged in. This is my student portal. So this is your administrative headquarters. Once we provide you with the username and passwords for this portal and you change your password, we actually don't even have access to this anymore. So again, view your academics, make sure that you track your grades, always track your grades. Make sure that you are meeting the minimum GPA requirements. Now, both MBA and doctor level programs here, you are required to maintain a 3.0 and all of your courses need to be passed with a B or higher. Anything less than a B has to be retaken. And this is a standard across all higher ed, master's and doctorate level courses. You will be surprised at students who come back 2 terms after, and they're surprised that they received a C in the class. It is your responsibility as adults and working professionals that you keep track of your grades, right? You always keep track of your grades. Always make sure that you follow up with your instructor. Once you start moving into your class in, let's say the first week on Sunday, you submit your work, the instructors are required to give you feedback or a grade within 24 to 48 hours. So a lot of times by the next Wednesday, you will already have a grade for the assignment as well as the discussion forum or any other assignments in the class. So always make sure that you're tracking your grades, always. And I'll show you where to see that as well in your class. So that's the academics tab. My profile, view your information, make sure that your information is always up to date. Finances, you can make a payment, view your payment, account information. Forms, if you would like to receive your student ID card, select the official forms here, and then select student ID card request. All that we require that you do is that you complete at least the first class successfully, and you can request your ID card. All right, so it's November 5th. I want to access my class. You can access your class 2 ways. You can go through the student portal by selecting on the Go to Learn Center link here, and then disabling your pop-up blocker. That's why it's not even opening the page. And just make sure that you disable the pop-up blockers. Second method is that we actually provide you with your username and password for the Learn Center, and you can access this website directly without having to go into the student portal. All right, so welcome to the Learn Center, right? As you can see here, the first thing that you're greeted by is a question with a big red clock that states, what time is it? And you probably want to ask yourself, why is that important, right? Well, the official time zone for CIU is Pacific Standard Time. So all the assignments and due dates must reflect Pacific Standard Time. So please make sure that you plan accordingly to submit your work on time. We have students from all around the world, and you don't want to make sure that you're not late with your work. All right, so how do I access my course? There's a couple ways that you can view your class. One way is by opening this tab here, icon, which is the menu, and you'll see your course appear here under My Courses. Second way is that you can scroll all the way down and access your course here under My Courses. You'll see your first class. For the purposes of this presentation, I have opened up GRC 600. This is the Doctoral Academic Study in Writing. This is the doctorate level course. I know we have a MBA student, Marapello, but both courses are not similar in content, but they have a similar structure. So you look at the idea of what that looks like. But this is the doctorate course, GRC 600, Doctoral Academic Study in Writing. And before I review the class and show you what it looks like, there's a couple things that I want to go over just to ensure that you understand the way that this program is set up, right? We talked about flexibility. Once you have access to this class, you have access to the entire coursework, meaning access to units 1 through 6. So a lot of students ask, can I start working ahead? Can I submit work for unit 2 if possible? You can definitely start working ahead. You can definitely start writing your assignments. That's not a problem. That's why we provide you flexibility. But we always need to make sure that we still maintain our attendance every week. So what I would recommend, I've gone on vacation before and I needed to make sure that I keep my attendance up to date, is I write my discussion responses in a Word document, or I write my paper, and then that week I just have to go in there and upload it. But I can get to work on my assignments before. This program is asynchronous, meaning that there is no live lectures. There's no specific day or time that you are required to log in. All of you will have the opportunity to access your class and have access to the same content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You work on your own pace. However, you do have those weekly assignments. A lot of students also always ask me, is this a self-paced program? This is not a self-paced program, because in a self-paced program, you have your start date and you have to get everything in by the end of the term. Here, it's broken down into 6 weeks and you have weekly assignments that you need to complete. So it's an asynchronous program requiring you to complete work every single week. The great thing about the programs, however, is I know when I started my program, and especially the DBA, even in the MBA, you get a little overwhelmed. Like, you're thinking like, am I getting everything in on time? Am I missing something? I want to make sure that I do well. The great thing about this program is that you're working one course at a time, right? 1 week at a time. So you're only focusing on unit 1. As long as you complete all the tasks for unit 1, you're doing excellent, and you move on to the next. So you're only focusing on 1 week at a time. So with that being said, let's review this class. The first section is the announcements and the important messages. This is just a quick overview of what we're going to talk about today, what we've been talking about in this orientation. Announcements and help forum. This is just an open forum for students in this course. GRC 600 syllabus, textbook, and materials. GRC 600 syllabus. You're graduate students. You should all be familiar with syllabus, right? It is imperative that you review the syllabus on the first day of class. Download it, save it, print it, highlight it. It'll break down the expectations of the class and you will understand the flow. I want to be able to answer SciBoost questions about the discussion questions. So I'm just going to go through the syllabus here very quickly. But as you can see here, it tells you all the course information, course description, the textbook, the learning outcomes, the assignments. It breaks down the grading of each assignment each week, the grade points and the grade percentage, the rubric, right? Let's see here, credit hours. And actually, it should be right here. Course schedule, so it breaks down what you're required to do. And we need to find the minimum page requirement. Oh, here it is. Oh, so yeah, 150 words. So I was correct. So your discussion questions have to have at least 150 words minimum, with 2 substantive comments to other students. There were some changes in some courses, so I just want to make sure that I provided with the correct answer. All right, so going back down to this course, instructor information, make sure that you access the instructor's information, and that way you understand his expectations, his policies, and contact, right? A lot of our instructors are available via Skype. They have office hours. They have WhatsApp. They can text you. It depends on their preferred method of communication. So make sure that you engage your instructor early, ask questions early in the week. Textbook. So like I mentioned to you, you will have to select the link that's embedded in your course. You're going to select the link here. It's going to prompt you to start an activation account. You'll begin with your email. Make sure that the email that you input here is correct, and you'll continue on. It takes seconds. It'll ask you to, your first name, last name, a lot of additional information. It's very quickly. Right after that, you have access to your textbook. This is just the rubrics on how you're going to be graded in your assignments. APA formatting, we talked about APA formatting. This is the APA template that I showed you. And then this is the APA style guide. So sometimes even myself, I've been using APA for a while, but you forget, okay, how am I supposed to cite correctly? How do I reference, an article? This will really help you with that. All right, and lastly, before we actually get into the meat of the course, is additional resources. Here you'll be able to get some additional support with the electronic book. You'll be able to access an account with Grammarly. If you're unfamiliar with Grammarly, Grammarly is a writing enhancement platform that assists you with proofreading, plagiarism detection. It assists you with scholarly writing. As a student here with CIU, you actually get a free premium account with Grammarly. It's a really cool tool. Once I started using Grammarly, you will never go back. I mean, it will catch everything. It'll definitely make you a better writer. Make sure that you review the user manual because it's going to ask you to input your University EDU email or activate your account with that. It's going to tell you to go into your email and then activate your account. You'll need a code that's found in the user manual so that you can receive your premium account. If at any time it tells you to that you need to make a payment or it tells you that you don't have a premium account, please do let me know because we pay for your accounts. The university pays for your premium accounts. VeriCite user guide manual. I'm going to show you where you can actually retrieve that VeriCite so that you can ensure that your documents have less than 15%. All right, so let's look at the breakdown of your actual course room. So Unit 1, as you can see here, it breaks them down into activities. Your Unit 1 activity, you'll focus on identifying what you're required to do, learning outcomes. The chapters for this class, you will be required to read chapters 1 through 3, right? You will have to post your biography statement. That's very important. On the first day of class, on Monday, November 5th, you will be submitting your biography statement. That biography statement is going to do a couple things. It's going to help you engage with your classmates, learn about their backgrounds. It will help you start building that network, right? And even perhaps make some study buddies. Students, with being online, they create their own groups outside of the classroom and where they can support each other. In addition to that, posting your biography statement as a new student triggers your enrollment, not your enrollment, but your change of status, meaning that you become a current student. This is just a description of what you should include in your biography statement. This biography statement is informal. There's no minimum word count. There's no length. You can do third person, first person, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's informal. Just make sure that you introduce yourself on the first day of class. As you can see here, lectures, some videos here to support the readings in case that you are more of a visual rather than just a reader. I'm more of a visual. These videos really help understand the concepts. This is your voting activity that I mentioned that you were required to do. You're going to watch this video. Again, it's going to support you in understanding the concepts and in writing your first assignment, and you will vote. Watch the video, and then you'll vote on this video. Here's a discussion question. So as you can see here, the instructor asks, explain your voting choice using the concepts from the book and video. Provide an argument justifying your voting choice utilizing at least 2 pieces of evidence or concepts from the video or book. So this response to this discussion question will be require for you to include references and make sure that it's more formal, make sure that you have the minimum of 250 words, or 150, we just confirm that. And then once you've posted a total of 3, you'll get a check mark here. And to access that form, all you do is click on this Unit 1 discussion question. All right, project milestone. So this is the first assignment in this class. It gives you the prompt here, or the instructions. The prompt is right here. It gives you kind of like a little mini outline to help you organize your essay. It's going to be in APA formatting. It tells you that it's 5 pages of content. And then if you need help in writing an introduction, they even provide a video here. And that's it. As long as you complete everything for the first week, you're done. I'll give you an example, the way that I manage my coursework on Monday. Even if I don't do anything, I just go into my class and I just review, okay, what am I expected to do this week? You know, then on Tuesday, I try to I respond to that discussion question. By Wednesday, I try to do my other 2 responses so that I can be done with the first part. And then my writing assignment, you know, it takes me a few days. I do the outlines and I do some research, and then I try to get it done by Saturday afternoon, and then on Sunday I just peer review it, make sure that everything's correct, and I upload. So that's just the way that I break down my my week. But you know, it depends, you know, based on your availability, your schedule. But it's very doable. One thing that I do want to mention is that when you post your project milestone or any writing assignments in your class, it will scan your document for plagiarism. The threshold that you have to maintain is a 15%. So when I upload my document here, so, you know, I wrote my paper, I put it in this Word template, I saved it, have it in my documents, and now I'm going to go to my class and now I'm going to upload it. You upload, it submits, and then within a couple of minutes, it'll give you a percentage. You need to make sure that you have less than 15%. If you go over the 15%, the instructor may not read it or deduct points, so make sure that you have less than 15%. How do you ensure that it has less than 15%? Well, make sure that it's your work. Make sure that you are citing correctly. Make sure that you are quoting correctly. Make sure there's no patch writing, right? But we also have a tool that will support with that, which is the the plagiarism scanner, where you can upload a document before you submit to your instructor. And that is located in the Student Resources. So Student Resources Center here. A lot of great information in the Student Resource Center. These are important resources and forums. This is open to the entire student body, not just your classroom. This is everybody here. The CIU Student Handbook, the CIU booklets for those of you who prefer a physical textbook, right? You can access this Excel spreadsheet, identify your course, your book, and then it'll give you the ISBN number. VitalSource Bookshelf Training, just more information on the great tools that VitalSource provides in their application. And then this is the VeriCite Plagiarism Scanner. I've used it. It's very helpful. As long as I know that it's my own work and it's my own writing, I don't even worry. But if you just want to make sure that you don't have any headaches and you know that everything is done correctly, write your paper in Word. Go to the student resources. Locate this VeriCite Plagiarism Scanner. Select VeriCite Plagiarism Scanner. It's going to prompt you to upload your document. And yours will look like this. And then you can drag or drop, or you can browse file. And then once you do that, it will scan your document and it'll give you a percentage. It'll also highlight your document if it found any patch writing or plagiarism, whatever the case may be. If let's say that you upload it here, and again, this is not submitted to instructor, this is not submitting to the institution, this is just for you, for your own reference. But let's say that you make the mistake and you don't quote correctly or something may have happened and you have 25%. Well, this is why this tool is here for. Don't worry about it. You upload it here, you view it, now it has 25%, but it highlights the section that it found some plagiarism, right? Well, you can go back, you can make changes to that document, and then you can come back here and upload, or you can go and submit to your instructor. So make sure you utilize the VitalSource, the VeriCite scanner if you need support with that. And then if you are interested in download Grammarly, so the steps by steps on how to activate your account. The online library is located here. Online library.
Hey, sir, hey, this is Ron
Sure.
on the phone. Can you tell me what Grammarly is again?
Sure, absolutely. So Grammarly is a writing enhancement platform. So basically, you know how Word, on Word you have the resource to review your documents. It has the application to spelling and grammar.
Yes.
Well, okay, so basically it's exactly that, but it's a platform where you can either copy and paste and put the content in the online browser, or you can embed it in your Word document, and it's spelling and grammar on steroids. I mean, it catches everything, any mistakes, any plagiarism that I found in there. It really assists you with just becoming a better scholar at writing. I'll give you an example. In the MBA program, as well as in some of the classes in the DBA program, you are required to write in a scholarly level, meaning that it's not passive writing. When I say passive writing, I say when it's your opinion, right? When you're saying I think, or something along the lines, right? Well, this is not a, you are expected not to write a scholarly level writing, meaning that it's an informative research-based document. So with Grammarly does a really good job in highlighting that. It'll say, oh, found passive writing, and then you can go back and make changes. So it just helps you become a better writer, write more comprehensively as well. If there's some verbiage that doesn't make sense, it'll even tell you, makes no sense, rewrite. Does that answer your question, Ron?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and you can also YouTube it. It's becoming more and more popular. But again, if you get a free premium account being a student here at CIU. The LIRN, this is the Library Information Resource Network. This is where you'll be able to retrieve your reviewed articles. It's available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's a few databases, ProQuest, Gales Engage, eBooks, Statista. You're not limited just to this online databases. You can definitely utilize Google Scholar, whichever method of retrieving those reviewed articles you can possibly have. You're not limited to this. Technical support, again, if you are in the Learn Center, you need support, you click on the Learn Center and you'll be able to submit a ticket. But again, just send me an email to helpdesk@caluniversity.edu will suffice. One thing I want to mention in the class as you enroll in the program is that if you have any issues in, make sure that we try that you don't have any issues, but in case that you do, it's Sunday, maybe you can't upload the document or something happens, don't worry, take a snapshot of it, take a picture, write an email to the instructor, write me an email, just some documentation, and we'll be able to support you. As much as we try to provide you with the tools and resources, and we try to make sure that we are on top of everything, with technology, there are things that are out of our control. But just keep that in mind. We understand that, and the instructor understands that. So just keep us in the loop, and we'll be able to help you. All right, so with that being said, and watching our time, let's go back to our presentation here. So Ron, I'm going back to the PowerPoint now, and the last section of the PowerPoint is resources and information. So this slide is titled Intelligent Partnership, and this is, again, another tool just for you. You don't necessarily have to utilize it in your academic work. This is even for your personal life. Pocket Confidant, Artificial Intelligence, and California Intercontinental University join forces in a unique partnership to build a future of digital education. So this is an artificial intelligent chat room or robot. And what it does is that you will have an account with Pocket Confidant, and you'll be able to go in there, and this artificial intelligence coach will help you in providing answers to some of the things that you may be pondering, right? So a lot of very successful entrepreneurs, business owners have coaches that helps them just kind of identify some of the things that they're thinking about. And what this does is this really brings out the answers that you may already have to some of the issues. And again, this is just for you as a resource to help you. It's located in the Resource Center. The second week of the class, you will be provided with your username and password for the Pocket Confidant. And you're not limited to just using it for class. You can use it for your own, personal work, whatever the case may be. It's a really cool tool. A lot of students are really engaging in this and leveraging this resource. Student resources, again, let's just kind of recap on some of the things that are available here to support you. We do have the Writing Center that is in the Student Resource Center. We have Pocket Confidant. There's Grammarly. Your student advisor is here to support you. We also have a math lab for those of you who may be enrolled in an accounting or econ course. Dr. Hess is our tutor there, and he'll be able to support you. And then we also have our CIU YouTube channel with a lot of great videos, supplemental videos on a lot of additional information that maybe we did not cover in this orientation today. Staff directory, just some important numbers that you should be able to reach out to in case you need any help. Assistance with registrar if you need any support with transcript evaluations. If you're expecting incoming transcript credits, you can reach out to Julia Mihailova. Her information is located here. Financial aid. We have our financial aid officers that are to support you. The Bazaar, Chandra Austin, any questions on your accounts. A lot of doctorate students as well as master's level students require invoices so that they can get they can get reimbursement from their employer. Chandra Austin is a good person to get those invoices from. Student accounting, we have Isaac. Any questions regarding the Writing Center, we have Don Kirk-Macon, our instructor there. Again, any issues with IT, you just send an email to helpdesk@caluniversity.edu. All right, so this being said, just some closing remarks here as we get closer to the end of the hour of this orientation. I want to close this orientation by just letting you know that you deserve to be here. You were accepted into this program, so we want you to believe in your abilities. Know that you're not going to be alone. Graduate school can be very challenging, but it helps to know that you are going to experience many of the same ups and downs as your classmates. So challenges are going to be expected. We just want you to keep going. It's going to be a process. So developing good research skills and understanding the jargon does take time. So be patient. You will get it. You will be there, and you will be very successful. And with that being said, we are in the last slide of our orientation. We hope that this is a rewarding and worthwhile partnership, and we hope that you get the most of your time here with us. At this time, our presentation has concluded. If you need to go, I completely understand. I will be sending this recording as well as a PowerPoint presentation to your email. If you have any additional questions that maybe you would like to take outside of this open forum, feel free to email me directly or call me. I'm more than happy to support you. But at this time, does anybody have any questions?
This is Mia.
Mia, yes.
Yes, I had a question about accreditation. I did look up the accreditation. I think my only concern was that I'm used to WASC accreditation, and I do see that this school is not WASC accredited. Would you be able to touch on that, or would that be someone else?
Well, your enrollment advisor would be the best person to tell you that.
Okay.
I work here, but so we are accredited by DIAC, right? So we are nationally accredited. A lot of students, depending on why they're pursuing this doctor, this MBA program, really makes a difference. If you are going into the teaching field, and where maybe you're projected to go in what business or what organization, a lot of students do reach out to them to ensure that the accreditation will suffice. But yeah, it depends up to you and what you really want to do with your program after you graduate. I can tell you that the university is looking into WASC accreditation in the future, so it's exciting. But at this point, we provide very affordable, accredited programs that you can definitely, you're going to be gaining a lot from.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions regarding your course? How are we feeling? Are we excited? Are we nervous? Maybe tell me one thing that you might be a little nervous about that I can help you feel better about. This is an open forum.
This is Mia again.
Oh, hey, I embrace it. Yeah, what's going on?
One thing that was my concern when I spoke with the academic advisor was the testing. I had researched a couple of programs. Some did do exams, some did not. And at my master's level, I did not have exams. I just had research papers and discussions. So it's a little concerning to me to go back into a program that actually, will test me on something, which means I need to really retain the information and I'll just make it through a paper and get an A. So that was very concerning.
I totally get that. I completely understand that. I'm on my 7th class in the doctorate program, and not every class has exams. A few of them have little quizzes, but to be honest with you, Mia, and based on my personal experience, they really don't try to trick you. Everything is very straightforward. And you have access to the textbook. It's an open book, open note test. So you just go back and you literally can search the word and you'll find every answer. So it's not like they're trying to be challenging or anything, they're very straightforward.
Okay. Not like undergrad, where they're like, oh, study section this, and you get there and they're like, just kidding, it wasn't that.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Absolutely. I can tell you firsthand, me too, because it's hard when you're already having to do all these, writing assignments plus study for an exam. No,
Right.
they've been very straightforward. And I think that's the benefit of, with searching
Yeah, so I agree with Mia, and including your job in there. Most of us going to be working a 40-hour week job, taking on a doctorate program, and so those are some of my concerns, just trying to balance that time. And so I like the way that you laid out the way you balance your time. So myself, retiring out the military, I think I sent you a note, is a lot of times that I think I talked about reasonable accommodation, and I didn't hear you talk about that. So can you talk about that a little bit, especially a disabled veteran?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have our ADA accommodation. So as long as you fill out the documents, you supplied documentation. Yeah, you let us know what it is that you need. Do you need more time? Do you, whatever the case may be, you let us know what it is that you need based on your documentation. And then the chief academic officer will work with every single one of your instructors before you start the class and let the instructor know of those accommodations for you. And again, it depends. Every single student is different. Some students require additional times to take a quiz, perhaps, but that's mostly in undergraduate. Or they need 2 more days extra to submit a writing assignment because, they can't write or type, in a week. So it all depends on each of the students. Case by case.
So how do we go by getting that? To request that, do we do that to Eddie, or do we do that back through our advisor? Or
Sure, absolutely. Either you can ask your enrollment manager, or Eddie can definitely. And I can reach out. I work directly with Eddie. So if you want, I can work with Eddie so he can send out those documentations over for you.
Okay, appreciate that. And this is Ron.
Right? Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, Ron.
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and then, I just want to mention, I also, work full time. I'm doing the doctorate as well, and then I do other things, other side stuff besides work, and I've been able to really balance everything. just make sure that you keep up with, with your readings. It's really doable. And then Saibu has a question. I don't have that email to set up my account. How can I do that? Okay, Saibu, do you know if you've completed your enrollment? If you haven't, we're probably still waiting for enrollment to be completed so that we can be able to set you up with an account. If you already have completed your enrollment, I will be reaching out to you to complete the onboarding, where I get to know you on a one-on-one conversation. I'm going to ask a few questions, making sure that all your information is correct. And then at the end of that conversation, it triggers emails for the creation of your email. Okay, Saibu, then I'll make sure that I reach out to you within 24 hours. Let me know what time works for you tomorrow. I can definitely give you a call. And I know that a few of you wanted that information, wanted your login credentials as well. So we'll make sure that you get that information. I know, Alexis, you wanted to request that.
Yes, I did. I sent an email to Eddie just to remind him as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So when are you guys going to be sending out the video again? I know, like I said, I wasn't watching the video from the, so when you'll be able to send that out so I can see some of the hands-on things that you was doing as you was going through.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I will upload this video within 24 hours to, and then I'll send you this recording within 48 hours with a PowerPoint as well as the link to the YouTube video.
Okay, great.
So today's Tuesday, so by Thursday, you should be able to have this information.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Okay.
So is everybody on the line starting the same class on the 8th? I mean, on the 5th of November that's on the line right now, besides the one person that's in the master's program?
Yeah, so besides Maripello, which she's starting her MBA, all of you will be in the same class. So Alexis, Mia, and Saibu, and Ron, you all be in the same GRT 600.
Actually, so I'm restarting my doctorate program. This is Alexis. I am actually already 10 courses in, I think, or this will be my 10th course. So I probably won't be in the same class.
Oh, that's correct, Alexis. Eddie did mention that to me, and I recall your name. Alexis, anything you want to mention to Mia, Maripello, Saibu, or Ron, since you've been in the program already?
No, really me dropping and restarting was personal. I got pregnant with twins and then lost one of my twins. So it was a little bit too much with full-time work. But I think that everything that you've said is accurate as long as you log in and stay on top of things, that it's really a realistic program to move through. So when you do advance, though, and you want to get ahead in a week, it's okay to do that in the writing assignment, like you said, but it's really hard to do that in the discussions. So just keep that in mind that people will be completing the discussions usually the week of. And so as much as you want to do kind of a self-paced course, that's probably the only piece that you can't self-pace. But it's a great program, and the teachers are very responsive. And really, even through my personal stuff, tried to work with me to keep me in the program. It just was something, personally that I couldn't do. But I'm glad to be back. And everybody is just awesome to work with. So good luck to everyone.
So you said you took 10 classes and you're starting over?
Yeah, I had to pause it and drop out, and I've probably been gone for about a year. And so I had to go back through the entire enrollment process, but I think I'm 9 or 10 classes in. This may be my 10th course. And it really is a great program. So I actually I was recommended to go through it by a friend who graduated, and I've recommended a couple of friends to look into the program. It's very realistic if you're if you have a full-time job and a family. But don't get me wrong, it's definitely challenging. It's a doctorate course. So just be prepared to log in every week and do everything that you need to.
Okay, great. So you're not starting from ground one. Okay. So I thought you were starting like all over again, but you're not starting all over. You're just picking up where you left off at.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Alexis, for your input.
Yes, thank you for inviting me to give it.
Absolutely. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, again, congratulations on enrollment. Alexis, welcome back. We're happy that you're with us again. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that everybody has a great week. If you have any questions, if there's anything that I can help you with, maybe additional questions, please feel free to contact us. You can even, if you want to share your email addresses in the chat box so that you guys can communicate outside of the orientation, you're more than happy to do that.
So I have one last question. So what is the gap? I know Alexis said she was gone for a certain period of time due to circumstances. What is the gap that you can stop and then, before you finish up your dissertation and everything? Like some people have different things that happen in life. So how long can you be out the program before you come back in? So, okay, now I can go ahead and finish up my dissertation now. I mean, is there a certain timeline?
Sure, absolutely. So each program has a time constraint. So the doctorate program needs to be completed within 6 years.
Okay.
So you need to make sure that everything is to complete within 6 years. After 6 years, you have to start again from scratch, right? So I've never seen that in my experience here. If you do have something that's going on in your life that you need to take time off, if you decide to withdraw from the program or temporarily not be registered, you can do that up to a year, right? As long as it's within that year, you can come back without going through the enrollment process. Alexis had to go through the entire enrollment process again because she went over the year. Is that correct, Alexis?
I think she probably dropped off, but hey,
No,
I appreciate
I'm sorry.
that information.
I'm still juggling little kids, so I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so Alexis went over the year, so she had to go through the entire enrollment process again.
I think the information that Alexis shared was great, and hopefully I get an opportunity to talk to her offline just in case we need mentors as we go through here. Sometimes you need mentors to make sure that we can have that inspiration. So Alexis, at some point, I would love to try to reach out to you. This is Ron. I'm not on the chat because I'm on the audio, but I would love to reach out to you and talk to you more about the program.
Sure, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't know if Eddie is able to share my contact information with you when he reaches out to you. I'm not sure what their policy is, but I'm happy for him to share that with you.
I can give you my number if you like.
You can do that you can do it through here. FERPA, we can't, we're not allowed to provide information straight, but you guys can do that here online right now.
Yeah, so my phone number, if you want to reach out to me, is 817-223-4999.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, I'm signing off. Y'all have a blessed night wherever you guys are in the world.
Thanks, Ron. I appreciate it. Great chatting with you.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
You too, Ron. Good night.
All right, y'all have a blessed night.
All right. Bye, Mia. Bye, Mirapello. Alexis. Good night.
Bye.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Alexis.
All right, we're signing out.
Out.